2010, I think, was a great year for SMA. We grew tremendously. Company had revenues of 934 million euros in 2009. We haven't announced 2010 results just yet, but we think we might have doubled in revenue. Now, of course, from a megawatt perspective, that's an even bigger number. We think we might have shipped more than 7 gigawatt, maybe slightly more than that, so in 2010 alone. We're in the fortunate situation that we're one of the few players that really spans the entire gamut of the power range, if you like. So from very small inverters below a kilowatt all the way up to multi-megawatt stations. So the good news is we can play pretty much in all the different segments across the regions. And yes, I think utility scale is certainly an interesting area.
And how big do you think microinverters might be as a market?
So we have acquired a technology, and that was in about a year ago. We think it's an appropriate addition to the portfolio we offer. Microinverters have certainly place in situations where you have a difficult roof or a shading situation. So again, they're a good addition to the portfolio. We are concerned and have been concerned in the past about the quality aspects of it. Microinverters right now, number one is you have a larger number of them on the roof, usually a factor of 20, if not 30, compared to, let's say, a string inverter. What this means is that from a quality perspective, you have to immediately be better by a factor 20 to 30. If you're not, you will have an increased failure rate over string inverters. That's obviously something that is of great concern. Today also, you will find that the microinverters are built upon consumer-grade technology for the most part. They're built by companies, usually contract equipment manufacturers, that otherwise build TV sets and set-top boxes. So I think there is worry that if this technology is not mature, if we see failures, it might give the whole industry a bad name. And word gets around, and neighbors tell neighbors, yeah, I got a solar roof, but my inverters are having problems.
They blame the panel or something.
Yeah, so we do see a place for the concept, definitely, but we also want to make sure, and that's why we have taken our time, we want to make sure that this technology, when it hits the market, is really mature, it's efficient, and it's very reliable.
Do you see an increase also in deploying a solar system with batteries? I mean, because the inverter will end up playing a role in that, obviously. It's almost a central post. It's a great idea. People like storage. It's a little expensive.
Yes, so clearly storage is probably the holy grail. We could deploy a lot more solar if we figured out how we can make it accessible at night. I wish that this push into solar and storage technologies had started 30 years ago, probably around the the first oil crisis, which you might remember. So
I do.
Yeah, it would have been a good time. So, but better late than never. So hopefully now we'll see progress, and I hope we'll see venture funding going into these new technologies.